More wealth will be created by blockchain technology than any technology in the history of mankind. Technological progress will increase 1 quadrillion X. The best time to ever invest in your life is in the depths of the bear market.
Investing expert Mark Yusko, founder of an over $1 billion hedge fund, at the Altcoin conference in Vegas, explains how the greatest wealth transfer in human history is happening now. And even though any new asset class is incredibly volatile,
the problem is you don't get to wait until you know. If you wait until you know, it's already in the price. That's why human beings suck, it's a technical term, at investing. Human beings do 2 things really, really well. We buy what we wish we would have bought, and we are spectacular at it. Everybody piled into crypto in November of 21. Literally at 69,000. They were piling in. And then it goes down, 74% goes on sale, and everybody runs out of the freaking store. Investing is the only business, the only one, when things go on sale, people run out of the store. You put wedding dresses on sale, women will kill each other to get in the store. Why do we run out of the store in investing? Because we're human. And then we compound it. We sell what we're about to need. Here's a crazy stat. Over the last 20 years, if you just bought and held stocks, you made almost 9% compounded for 20 years. If you just bought and held bonds, you made almost 6%. You know what the average investor made over the last 20 years? 2.9. Because they're idiots. All you had to do is pick one or pick 50-50. But no, they bought stocks when they went up, sold them when they went down. They bought bonds when they went up. The long bond is down 50%. Long treasuries are down 50% in the last year. People were piling in when interest rates were close to 0 because we're human.
And while cryptocurrency is just the natural evolution of technology, meaning the early digital age was just read, then came read write, and now read, write, own.
I think of Web 1 as really being about read only. So people were trying to put magazines and newspapers kind of published on the internet, and you would just read those. In Web 2, of course, with JavaScript and some of these technologies, we got more interactive web applications like Gmail or Google Maps, and we were able to do read and write. You could kind of interact with these applications. So Web 3 is really about read, write, and own.
So Web 2 is read, write. So now we could interact, but the problem with read, write is the people in charge of it, the centralized authorities, are the ones that made all the money. Now, Web 3, we the people, get to own. It turns out Filecoin and other things are involved in that.
And just understand that Web 3.0, meaning you can read, write, and verifiably trust, will impact every aspect of our online lives. It's just the masses haven't quite realized yet.
Blockchain technology will impact every business in the world, from voting to healthcare. My mom almost died. This is a true story. My mom almost died because a doctor in an ER treated her without seeing her medical record because they're 2 separate systems and they wouldn't allow them to see the medical record. What the absolute fuck? That is malpractice squared. You can't treat a patient without seeing the medical record. But that's the world in which we live. Voting. No more hanging chads. No more vote. Every person can punch a button on their phone, 1 person, 1 vote, not early and often like Chicago, and we'll know the minute the polls close who won or lost. On a blockchain. That's easy. That's super easy. Travel, hospitality, education. We can actually educate kids instead of putting them on squares and making them memorize stuff. You know what our education system is about? It's about training factory workers. It was created 120 years ago. We don't need factory workers. We need knowledge workers. We need people with reasoning skills. I mean, we need to punt the entire education system and reboot. Blockchain can help. Big statement. Blockchain will usher in a period of unprecedented wealth creation. More wealth will be created by blockchain technology than any technology in the history of mankind. Big statement. Decentralization of trust, value flowing without intermediaries. We liberate $7 trillion a year that's stolen from us by banks, insurance companies, brokers, auditors, accountants. No offense to the people, but it's stolen. Blockchain will completely revolutionize financial services the same way the internet revolutionized media and commerce. All the value used to be at ABC, NBC, CBS. Now it's all at Netflix because of the internet. All the value used to be in mom and pop stores. Now it's at Amazon because of internet. Same thing happens. All the value from JP Morgan and all the global banks is going to blockchain. It's going to be the beating heart of the new financial system. Do we really need banks? Anyone been in a bank ever? Like, really? Why would anyone go in a bank? You could do it all on your phone. No one gets a mortgage from, in the old days, you had a banker and you went to their office and they gave you coffee, you got a toaster, and great. But that's not what we do now. We use our phone. And in fact, 40% of people in the world, 40% of adults in the world don't have a bank account. But they got cell phones. We can deliver financial services through their cell phone, through blockchain technology.
And if nothing else, just understand that the now over $109 trillion in the global stock market, all of this and more will be tokenized.
Why don't we digitize everything and trade it digitally with proof of ownership? Novel concept. $14 trillion a year trades hands. We can do that all on blockchain. And this is the big number, $700 trillion. There's $700 trillion. Every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every case of wine, every private business, everything that can be titled in the world will be a token on a blockchain. Not a little thing, a line item on a ledger. Secured, immutable, permanent. All of it's going. It's going to happen. This is as inevitable as automobiles, as inevitable as biotech, as inevitable electricity. It's coming. You can't stop it.
And even though several Bitcoin spot ETF approval dates are happening either end of this year or early next year, Mark Yusko is even invested in 2 of them. Even he admits that BlackRock is going to get it, and the approval of something like this is coming sooner than you think.
5 years ago, this guy on television said it's an index for money laundering. Now they're going to do an ETF. And he's telling people that you better put your money in, as long as it's ours, better put your money in to protect yourself against currency devaluation. Wow. This is going to happen. BlackRock will get approved. Everyone else won't. And I own the 2 companies ahead of them, but they both got pushed. So sucks for me, but BlackRock's going to get approved. And just like Top Gun, there are no points for second place. So they'll get all the money because they're part of the cabal. Oh, I'm not allowed to use that word anymore. But $30 trillion of assets that can't invest in this today will be liberated. And what if they put 1%? That's $300 billion. It's a big deal.
For daily videos keeping you informed about cryptocurrency, click subscribe. Like always, see you tomorrow.